CQDX. We're coming in loud and proud, the Sam Powell, 350, you got a sloppy copy.
Hey, it's me Shane, Gemini Garage, and so I did kind of want to do just sort of a separate thing on the Sirio P2000 antenna, just because it is kind of a unique antenna in a lot of ways, and I did just kind of want to do its own little video on it. If you want to see more of an in-depth look at it and some of the testing on it, look under Mondo Mag Mount Mania 2025. That's a large magnet mount video tests that I have, and this is one of the antennas included in it. So again, if you want some more specs, check out that video. This antenna here, it's as you can see, it's a pretty good size antenna here. This antenna is available with the triple mag setup, this triple magnet mount base here, which the magnet mount base comes separately in this bag here. And then this whole antenna part, the load part, and the whip here. The whip comes detached from the load comes unscrewed from here, and all that stuff is in this bag here. Pretty much all the Sirio antennas come in a bag. That's Sirio Performer P2000 PL. And of course you can get the 5000, and I was going to say you can also get this in a single, I think it's a 5-inch magnet mount base. But if you're going to even think of having this thing up on a vehicle while you're driving it or using it, you're going to need the triple mag, because there's a lot of antenna here. If you're just going to use it maybe just to kind of set it up real quick, or just kind of put it on something, or have it laid down, then maybe the 5-inch mag mount would work. But it's a lot of antenna, so good base to have. Plus it's all that much better for your ground plane too. So you could take and put a strap under one of these bolts if you wanted a little bit more ground plane. So again, this larger base really kind of lends itself to the antenna here. So just some quick specs on it here. It says it's 75.5 inches tall. I measured it at about 79 from the very bottom to the tip, you know, by the time you get it on here. It's power handling is 600 constant, or 2000 on, 2000 off. And real quick, I'm just kind of going to show you how it comes apart and goes together. Basically just take this thing out here. It's on there kind of tight. You kind of got to crack it loose. And yeah, there you crack it loose. Then you just keep loosening it, and that's it. And like I said, the antenna comes out of here. This screw here, this bolt here, comes out of here, and then this thing here is basically screwed off of the base here. So that's pretty much all there is to it. It takes maybe 5 minutes to put it together, a couple more minutes maybe to check your SWR. It's got two set screws here, you know, larger ones, because it's a pretty good sized whip here. So that's all pretty heavy duty air. Put this back on here real quick. So I've got a video on how I feel like this antenna really is sort of intended to be used or deployed, and then I've got another little short video I'm going to tack onto that that's basically kind of just about these triple mag mount bases, and just kind of how to use them and the easiest way to get them on and off of the roof of a vehicle. So with that, like I said, there's really not too much more to say about it. If you want to know more about it, you can, like I said, look under the Mondo Mag Mount Mania 2025 video, and you can find more on it and the other antennas in its category there. And you can just watch the rest of this video and pretty much learn what you need to know about how to use this thing, and about these big magnet mounts on here. So with that, I'm going to get out of the way and let you watch the video. So thanks again for watching. Shane, Gemini Garage. So again, for this particular antenna, this is kind of how I envision it being used, or would see it being used, is you would basically put it on the front part of your cab here, or on your truck or SUV, and lay it down. And then down there on the end where the whip is, you could put a little piece of foam around that, or just put a little piece of padding under it and zip tie it to the back of that, or whatever. You could find some way to kind of secure that a little bit so it doesn't rattle around so much. But then when you get to your destination, you're just going to want to raise it up like that. So, there you go. And there's your Sirio P2000 there. So once again, it's kind of how I would envision this thing being used. So there it's standing up. Again, you'd have this magnet part mounted on the front part of your truck or SUV. You could have a pickup truck with a roof rack or anything, on it. You could just, so that when you lay it down and you loosen this up and carefully lay it down. Like I said, if you're camping, you're going someplace to hang out for the evening, and you want a big antenna, but you don't want to have to mag mount, take one on and off of there. It's great for that. Like I said, driving around with it on your regular car or truck all day long with it up, maybe not so practical, but if you do it that way, it's pretty cool. Okay, so one little extra thing I kind of wanted to mention when it comes to these tri-mag antennas here is putting them on and taking them off. First, you're going to notice that the top of this roof is not perfectly flat. It's got these kind of tracks in it here to either drain water, or it's just kind of the design of the roof. You're going to find that on a lot of vehicles these days, so you just kind of have to put the magnets the best place that they'll fit. But having said that, and that isn't the best spot for one either. Having said that, this thing here is basically like a 3/8 or 5/16 stud in this metal ball here, going down through this plate, and then the nut on the other side of it. This thing, you can muscle it around. You can, you're not going to bust this thing, okay? You're not going to bust it. However, the Sirio over here, and let me just swing around here just to kind of show you. Okay. Now, the Sirio here, I can try and get a decent view of what's going on there. I think it's in there. The Sirio here, you really can't do that too. This right here isn't steel. It's either some kind of aluminum or pot metal. So if you put this thing up, and start reefing on it like that, I'm scared that this right here isn't going to be able to handle that. Just because. And that's, you can't expect them to make this thing out of, hardened steel, you know what I mean? So once again, I'm not saying it's totally weak. I'm just saying that when it comes to peeling these magnets off of here, these things are really strong. And that one, like I said, you could grab that one and muscle it off. But this one, you're not going to want to do that. This one, what you want to do is you got pick two magnets and figure that those are going to be your hinge or your lever. This here, because you got some of these divots here, you can kind of get something underneath here, like your finger, and then just kind of lift up and tilt it like that, and then lift it off of there. If you really find it unwieldy and having a problem with it, you can just take the whole antenna part off like this. You know what I mean? Well, I'm not going to take it all the way off. Well, maybe I will take it all the way off. If it's too unwieldy, just take the whole thing off like that. And then that way you're not going to have to worry about busting this. Because this part right here, you can probably reef on it a little bit. But you just don't want to pull on that joint right there, if that makes any sense. You can also put like maybe a rag under here and maybe like a little plastic pry bar to pry it up on there. Again, these things are really on there, and the fact that this has these kind of channels in here actually makes it easier to get it off of here. If you've got a really flat roof or a real flat space, you know, you're going to be in for a surprise just trying to get it off of here, which is exactly why you kind of just want to lay this antenna down and set it up. You don't want to be trying to get this thing on and off your roof all the time. So anyways, just a little FYI there about putting these antennas on and off with these tri-magnets, because they do stick. So